All right, let's see if we can get back on our feet, y'all. Let's see if we can get the camera back kicking too. All right, we have resolved our technical issues. Apologies, and thank you for your patience. Apologies for the stream just cutting out on you right as I made my Uncle Ben's rice joke. Power outage happened, but we're all good. We're back in the mix, man. Nothing too crazy. Got the power back on. We're back in the groove. People all over the world, let's join hands. Let's start a love train. Love train. We're back in the mix. It's Elden Ring. It's Game Therapy. It's BC. Thanks for tuning in and welcome back. All right, so I'm curious to see, because all my power went out, but the game, as soon as I fired, so this is pretty cool. The power went out during stream. Xbox, everything shuts down, except my laptop. My laptop is still running off its battery. But interestingly enough, as soon as I got all the power back on, by the time I made it back to my room here, everything was back up and running. And as soon as I clicked back onto Elden Ring, the game picked up exactly where I left off. With, you know, I guess this newfangled new age kind of auto saving, where it's just constantly saving the game so it can pick up where it left off. That's sweet, man. Very nicely done. I got nothing but pride. And so now I don't lose my souls. You know, I've collected 44 souls or whatever in this little fight situation that I was in. I'm going to come down here and use those souls, hopefully. But man, like, really well done, Xbox. Proud of you. Hopefully when I get a PlayStation 5, it has similar functionality. I don't remember what we left off talking about before my power went out. I have 1,000 things I want to talk with everybody about tonight. I'll kind of give you a synopsis of that here after we get, let's see, add charge to Flask. Use 1 golden seed to increase your number of Flask uses. Yes, I'd like to use a golden seed. Wait a minute. I have a golden seed. I didn't think I took the golden seed special ability. I thought I took the ability that gives you more health. I don't remember. But I'll use 1 golden seed to increase the number of Flask uses. Not enough golden seeds. Okay, so, that's just an option. I didn't pick the wrong thing. Good to know. Use the sacred tier. Okay, so I don't have any of those. Allocate Flask charges. With this menu, you can allocate the number of uses in each of your flasks. You have a set total of maximum Flask uses. You can decide, the disposition. Okay, so I can go all health. I can go some magic, some health. We'll keep it at that current disposition. I think that's adequate. Do we not? And I'm sure we can level it up through the game. That'll be a nice touch. Alright, let's cancel out of that. Let's, can I memorize any spells? Nope, you haven't learned any spells yet. So, F, and might I add you. Can I sort my chest? This menu, you can place items that you're carrying into the chest for storage. Okay, so like these save points become storage locations as well. Cool, doesn't look like there's any leveling I can do in particular with my souls, as it were, so let's keep it moving. T.I. is in the house. What up? We are back, man. Welcome back. Let's see, Tristan says, I thought YouTube wasn't going to let you talk about Uncle Ben. I thought so too, because literally it cut off right when I said that. And I was like, that was for comedy's sake, my stream cutting off right when I said that was perfect timing. Well done, person in the house that caused the power outage. You know who you are. Yeah, this power outage was self-inflicted. There was no issues with things going on in the neighborhood. This is somebody not understanding how power current works and deciding, well, you can just keep plugging things in if you like. You can't. Let's not. Yeah, like go to your, don't do this, but if you went to your kitchen right now and plugged in 2, industrial waffle irons, the power's going out in your kitchen. Just so you know. You're going to break that circuit. The Inner Artist Club says, hey, everyone. Hi, B. It's Mama Lisa. What up, Mama Lisa? The Inner Artist Club. I like the name of that. I like the ring of that. Tristan says, the instant restart on the Xbox is awesome, except in Madden. Madden always glitch. Yeah, Madden, because all of that, Madden's running off of servers. Like, I've had Madden glitch out in the middle of the game, and when you come back, all the uniforms are different. It's Madden's a mess. EA should be ashamed of themselves for what they've done to that man's legacy with that mess of a game. Still fun to play, but Christ. Hey! Man, I'm about to get served. I took a sword swing at him that I thought was going to connect, and then I just missed altogether. So that one's on me, gang. Let's see, who else is here? Clem's in the house. Josh Quinn's in the house. Guess it seems everybody's playing Elden Ring, including you. I just finished watching one of the people I follow. Cool. Enjoy, man. Let's get to work here, gang. You did. And are you? Tearing down your fort, ho. How you like that? Oh. Look at us. You can jump now. I love jumping. Oh, games that don't have jumping are from Satan. Even Madden has jumping. Did somebody just shoot a bow at me? Who was that? What the hell? Ho, you do not know who you dealing with, boy. I'm about to bust your monkey ass down to parade detail. This gonna be your asshole. I wanted to aim better than that. I don't know why I didn't. Bitch! About that. Yeah, come on down. Come on down and get this ass whooping that you need. I need to give you this ass whooping, boy. You need it in your life. What? Come on, get this ass whooping you need. Come on, get this ass whooping. Come on, get this ass whooping that you need, boy. I got everything you need right here in your ass. Oh, you missing asshole. Now you're dead, ho. Should have thought about that shit before you started shooting arrows at somebody like I wasn't paying attention. You don't know me. In every corner of the lands between this and that, there's fruits and butterflies, mushrooms, and various... Yeah, get it. How cool is that? I do like the movement in this game, too. It's still a little plotting. Like, this game is meant to be a little bit more deliberate than just like a guy who's LeBron James or whatever. But still, I feel quite a bit more agile than I have in years past playing these games, so that's a good plus. All right, let's get to work, baby. Oh, I got a shield too, ho. You ain't scaring nobody. All that running, you gonna slow your ass down. You're going to get an ass whooping. I will not lose this fight, whore. This dude got a damn spear. All kind of problems with that fight. Let's go distance on his ass. Yeah, ho. Shoot you right in your head. Yeah, come on, bring your shield. I can shoot above your shield. You know that, right? You tracking that? All in your ass? I stop wasting arrows. Each hand can be equipped with up to 3 armaments, allowing you to toggle between them. Armaments, two-handed attacks, more difficult to repel with shields and boosting and blah, blah, blah. Thank you. Very well. That must mean I'm about to get a weapon, right? Is that what it's trying to tell me? That I can dodge bullets? And why can't I grab my arrows back after I shoot them? Since you gave me ammunition, why wouldn't I be an efficient player that way? Genius designers. Like, if you're going to make me have ammunition, let me be efficient with it. The Inner Artist Club says, I've been on that grind, be a lot going on. Good. I'm glad to hear that. Good stuff. So anyway, yeah, I had a lot of stuff I wanted to wrap with you guys tonight. Wanted to shout out my friends from GameStop that got me the Xbox Series X tonight. We took care of that. Wanted to talk about my buddy's business, Grace Ops. We'll get into the details of that a little bit later. I also wanted, because a lot of you have watched different shows that I've made, or you've listened to my podcast, and curious about what's going on. I wanted to take some time tonight to just kind of dig into it. And really, I want to ask your permission first, because I can only see numbers and who's commenting. I don't know everybody that's here. Out of the several hundred that were here earlier before the stream crashed. But if I may have y'all's permission while we play the game, I'd like to give you some updates on, people have asked me, what's going on with the podcast? What's going on with TikTok? What's going on with game therapy? What should we expect? And the answer is not certain. There are certain things I can tell you to expect, certain things that I kind of know, but the simple answer is I am taking inventory of all the things I've done up to this point. I've been looking at the analytics and looking at the reaction of the people and really starting to figure out what I want to do with those things based on why I'm doing them. And some of my whys are starting to change, because when I started a lot of these things, like when I started my podcast, believe it or not, a lot of the things that I set out to do with it, I accomplished. We reached a ton of people. We reached probably 10 times as many veterans as I expected to. So that was crazy to think about. We accomplished a lot of the things that I set it out to do. So it's kind of like, once you get to that point, it's like, oh, what next? And if you're interested in talking about it, I wouldn't mind jumping into kind of where my head's at, some of the things I'm thinking about doing, why I'm thinking about doing them, and just get y'all's feedback and get your ideas and thoughts, which is kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to have a chat with everybody tonight. Because I figured if I did a show on Friday, the only people who would be here are regulars, because everybody else, everybody's got a life. But our regulars would be more inclined to tune in because they like being here. Versus someone who might just be tuning in for the first time. It's like, oh, I got other stuff to do. So, here we are. No, you monkey! Get the sword out! No, the sword! Get the damn bow and arrow away, get the sword out. There we go. I like that the environment gets the downgrade in light because I took out the little torch. Tight. It's pretty dope. I wonder if it does it over here too. Nope, not with the candles, just with the big torch. Let's see, Suba says B is begging for an ass whipping of his own if he's trying to tell a Souls game enemy what's coming to him. Well, the only way I'm going to rise to my full potential out here is if I'm challenged. I don't want them taking it easy on me in this game. Bring it on. Let's get to work. Let's get to work. Let's see, Matt says, FYI, Series X has a special feature to resume the most recent 1 to 3 games you've played. That's how it puts you right back. It's like a save state. Sweet. I had assumed there was something like that going on. I didn't know how to explain it. Thank you, Matt, for doing that, bro. Thank you very much. And thanks for coming back to the show. And thanks for being a part of my family's life, man. It has been a pleasure getting to know you guys. Let's see. Equip a bow to fire arrows. I've been firing arrows for like an hour. You're late with this tutorial. All right. Is there like a bow and arrow situation right here that they're trying to alert me to? Okay, I guess so. Alright, so, oh, this is the bridge that I passed under a minute ago when Lion-O tried to jump down there with that big suit of armor, like his knees wouldn't have disintegrated into dust. He says, don't worry, B, they will challenge you. Oh, I believe it. This is a Souls game after all. Okay, good. I'm close enough. I was just getting ready to do that. Shut up. Yeah, I love the varied terrain. I'm digging From Software's approach to this, man, so far. Like, and I think hopefully what I'll like about this game, um, I'm really hoping what I'll like about this game is the same thing that I loved about Outward, is that it is inherently challenging, but it gives you everything you need to be supremely effective in battle, even when you may not be equally matched against what you're fighting. Like, Outward gives you the ability to add force multipliers to battle to allow you to kick ass, even when you're fighting something that's superiorly stronger than you. So, having a more open world approach where I can make more choices about how I fight instead of it being just kind of a sequenced, scripted puzzle, that we can work with. That's the move I was going for. Yeah, give me that. It's in this little nook right here. Oh, come on, man. Nooks and crannies. Charge attacks and jump attacks make particularly easy to break an enemy stance. Hold RT to charge attack. Well, hell, you know which one I'm doing out of that. Hello, sir. All in your ass. .com. Ooh, look at me dodging your blade with jumps, ho. You don't want to see that. Wait, do jumps use stamina? Damn it. I was hoping they didn't. Oh, well. And that type of attack seems to restore stamina or whatever they're calling that stat. So, cool. All right, that is a statue, not an enemy. Let's keep moving. Oh, sweet. Statues of Modica. Murica. Make no mistake, they pronounce it so it sounds like America. Oh, it's a boss fight. Scheisse. I wanted to show you guys the very beginning of the game, but you literally, if you go through it, you can't get back to it apparently without going through the character creator again. Which is silly, because it let me save a character. I thought I could just use a new character in a new, use my old character in a new game. I'm sure there's a way to do it, I just have to figure it out. Alright, let's, my health's not full. I don't even really know how to use the health flask, so I need to get used to my controls here. There's the blade. Alright, so the only thing we really ever need to switch between is the shield and the bow. Start with shield. We got our flasks down yonder. We're ready for business. Traverse the mist. Let's get to work. Yeah, ho! Showtime, bitches! Y'all ain't ready. You can perform a counterattack immediately after blocking an enemy. RT immediately after blocking an attack is a guard counter. It's guard counter, baby. All in your ass! Oh, he's down, baby. Kick ass in his ass. That's where you put it at. And it's not where you put it at. Shit! Hey, man, be cool now. Shit! Oh, that killing! Trying to get my bow out so I can kick ass! Shit, 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 shit. What is the button to shoot this motherfucker? Please! That whole time I was trying to figure out the controls like, fuck! I know what I'm trying to do. I just can't do it. Oh, first boss fight in the books and I sucked ass. Gotta get used to these controls, baby. Or a mini boss. I don't really know if that even qualifies as a boss fight, but whatever. We did it. Oh, that's that cranny I was trying to jump. Ah, okay, so it lets you get a glimpse of that ass whooping you're about to get. Cool. Cryptic Rabbit says, "Hello, bruh. You finally came to the dark side. What's the dark side? I love the dark side." Let's see what we got down here. Okay. Oh, this the place I was trying to get to earlier that had the thing up here that I was trying to get. Yeah. How about that? Now we get it. Yeah. Strength. What does that mean? What does strength mean? Does that mean a new dance move? What the hell? Am I stronger now? Or is that some freaking Generation Z dance move Fortnite horse shit? I mean, enjoy what you like in your games, friends. Not criticizing. Just cut it out. Zuba says, "This is the first Souls game that gives you a legit tutorial section." Yeah. You know what? I didn't even think of that. That's a good point. That's a really good point. The music to this game gets stuck right on in your head, bro. Believe that. Okay, so I still missed the other thing I wanted. Like, I wanted to get that one. Did I miss a area or something? I wanted to go up there and get that joint, but I didn't see a way. I didn't see a connecting location for it. And now everybody's just looking at a black screen because this game's crazy. Alright, so that was not the one I wanted, but it was one. It wasn't nothing. Let's keep it moving. Come back later. I'm sure that's like a Metroid thing where it's like, hey, you can't get that yet, but you will. You will, Johnny. He says, "Did you just hum Yevon?" No, but the melodies are very similar. I just hummed the opening song to Elden Ring. Or one of the, like, a bar of it, a measure of it. Uh, but now that you say that, it is very similar to Final Fantasy X. Good point, Clem. Way to pick out the melodies I'm humming. Jesus. Got a gifted ear there, bruh. Clem's heading to bed at 11:30. Clem on a Friday? Come on. What are you doing out here? Unless there's somebody in that bed you're going, if that's the case, bed it up. I just realized I didn't even notice this. But the freaking lens came out of my glass there. So, first pair of glasses down for tonight. Let's switch to our next ones. I was waiting to break these out for a special occasion, but I guess we're doing it tonight since my sunglasses just broke. But they're not really sunglasses. They're more like rose tinted than anything. I would not wear them as actual sunglasses. I don't think they'd be very effective. But they are effective at wearing them on a show because you can still see. But anyway, I was talking earlier about potentially having a discussion about our shows and podcasts. Were you guys interested in getting into that discussion, or you just want to talk smack and play the game? I'll leave it up to y'all, because we can get into that discussion anytime. Doesn't have to be tonight. And it's not really going to be a terribly serious or in-depth conversation. Just giving you guys some ideas about what's going on. If you care. If you don't, we'll carry on. There we go. Ethan's in the house. What up, Ethan? Let's see. What I want to do here. Super, where do I go to level up? Where's that shit at? Is that not at the Shrine of Justice or whatever the hell they call these things? Or now that I think about it, it might just be in the menu. Okay, so no, I can't change anything. So that's definitely not it. Okay, so that strength thing was a gesture. It was a dance move. Okay, I mean, if that's how people have their fun in their games, go nuts. I cannot judge what I do not understand. You ain't got one. Get out of here. Watch this B1. Pillage the remains. See, the cool thing now is this game cross-platform? Like, can I summon you guys into here to help me kick ass when I inevitably get stuck? The Finger Severer. This game is so weird. Cool. It's got to be an achievement for breaking all the pots. It's Zelda, baby. Right? This looked like some foolishness is about to go down in here. Ain't about to catch me off guard. Break all the pots. Alright, now we can hit the lever. Or maybe we can't. Are we allowed to hit the lever? No? Guess we ain't hitting no levers. What about if we stand here? Does it? Yep! Get your ass up out of here! Don't play that shit. Oh, that's not the Shrine of Boromir for me to go in there and kick ass? Okay. Gotta learn the nuances of this experience. He says, nah, you're still in the early section. You have to get... Yeah, I'm trying to get to the open world. It doesn't seem to want to be a thing. Oh, this is how you do the do. It's weird, man. I'll tell you, these new consoles look at the same time better and not as awesome as I thought they would. Like, some things are like, wow, that's cool. And then other things are like, you know, that doesn't look immediately all that much more sexy than these older generations of consoles. Woo. I'm seeing light. Oh, we're still in this stupid ass dungeon. So these should be like Mass Effect. Every pot you hit, you get experience points. Yes, level up breaking pots. Chester Copper Pot, baby. Let's get after it. So who wants to... One of the things I want to do on our show, we typically have the question of the night. I want to turn the question of the night duties over to you all, because I think you all are more interesting people than I am, and you will come up with way more interesting things than I will. So, who wants to ask the question of the night tonight? Who's got one? And then we'll get into the conversation about all the stuff that's going on with the movement and all that jazz. When you get your mount, you can level up, says Tag. You'll know when, I promise. Cool. It's all good. I'm not tripping because I can't level up. I just thought it was... And if memory serves me right, all the Souls games do that. Like, you can't level up right away. It's always like a rite of passage thing, I think. Hey! We made it to this place again where we got murdered earlier. We're back outside. Now, this is some gorgeous stuff, though. I'll give you that. This game is not ugly. Look at this. Damn, this game is gorgeous. Look at that damn draw distance, bruh. Alright. Still a little foggy out there, but... Woo! I'm hoping what this game is to me is what I wish every Zelda game was. That's what I'm hoping. It's like Castlevania gets mixed with Zelda and is actually fun. That's what I'm hoping to experience here. Is this enemies? It is. Hell yeah. Hey, be cool. Flight pinion. Get your running asses over here. Thin beast bones. I imagine that's one of the ways to make arrows, isn't it? Good, because I'm going to need a lot of that. I'm going to be killing beast bones like a mother huncher. I'm going to be hunching mothers out here. Getting beast bones. There was a third one of y'all. Don't think you're going to hide from me, ho. I know you out here. I saw you running. Ah! There you are, ho. Come on. Don't run now. Blades are fun now. Let me show you. What's the sprint button? Is that a thing in this game? Because it doesn't seem like it. Oh, that's right. You have to get a horse. Holy crap. There's a bit. I seen that dude in the reviews. That's ass whooping. Not yet. We ain't ready for that dude. That is a whooping of the ass right there. I seen people try to fight that thing. Nope. Not the kid. Hey, hold B sprints. Really? Who the hell came up with that? Is this 1998 3D games? Like, do these skulls do something? Because they're everywhere. I guess they break. It's one of the things they do. Man, the world is all... I'm already a fan of the world, bruh. Like, yeah. Yes. And look. When I stand on a ledge, I have no fear of falling off of it when I start walking that way. He's not going to take a stutter step this way first and fall off the cliff. No, he's actually just going to walk the way I push. Why can't every 3D video game be that? Like, and From Software ain't known for tight ass controls, and they got it right. Video game developers better step your damn game up. From Software gonna own this bitch. Alright, that's what I'm trying to see. Alright, let's get back around. So the B button sprints. Who knew? Can I press it twice to toggle sprinting? No. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to get used to From Software controls. I'll tell you that. They are weird. But, whatever. No weirder than what game was I playing and had to unlearn everything about life to play it. Was it Arcania? No. One of them other games we were playing, the controls were all weird. Oh, freaking Elder Scrolls. Duh. Morrowind is insane to try to, like, what are the controls again? Trying to figure out what those are. It's weird. Damn, yeah, get some, goat! Even the goat's kicking ass in this game. Hell yeah. Proud of that goat. He went into a roll. I'm gonna bust this dude's ass. He ain't gonna kill me. I saw what he did to my friends up the hill. No, you didn't. Now you did, just like him. Just like your friends from up the hill. Ah, more birds, whore. Avail yourself, birds. Your ass belongs to me. Ain't gonna be none of this running now. Bring your ass. Bring your monkey ass back down here. For real, what's up with these skulls, bro? With the flames in their eyes. That's got to be a thing. And is that wind current like out? Is that wind current down there like what's that game? Crackdown? Can I jump down there and it'll lift me up in the air? Is this game that fantastical? I imagine not. Oh man, stay your ass. I was trying to get your stuff. Alright, so anyway. I think everybody's probably back in the groove at this point. Oh yeah, everybody's back. Let's get into tonight's discussion. Did anybody come up with a question of the night? Before I get into the heavier part of the talk. Skulls have stuff in them. Well damn, I just kicked one off a mountain. That one looked like it had something important in it. I'll have to fly down there and get it later. That wind thing helps you jump back up. Saw it in some game. Okay, I wasn't wrong. I was being funny, but that's actually that's actually true. Cool. Very cool, man. Happy about that. And I love that the game has like music, like ambient music playing. Yeah. Well done. Thank God I'm not the only one jumping when trying to collect items. Yeah, I think the primary disconnect is the difference between the Japanese and the American gamer. Like, I think this is just standard for the way like old school like games made in Japan. I could be dead wrong, but I think that's what's happening. Like Americans are just used to jumping and pressing this bottom button to interact with everything. And if I remember correctly, on the original PlayStation 1, the triangle button was the action button. I think. and the X was the cancel button. So it's just a lot of the Japanese games didn't take on the Call of Duty approach that kind of changed everything. Which is why I still struggle with Kojima games, because he never evolves that shit. It's like, bruh, you've been making games like longer than I've been alive. Can you please, please make some adjustments to your shit? We love you. All that running, that bring me them thin beast bones. I want all the thin beast bones, baby. Coming for them too. Y'all ain't gonna run from me. I like the fact that I've been playing the game for how long? 40 minutes, and I haven't died. That's a record. That is a record from Jesus. Can actually play a From Software game and not be dead 1,000 times in the first 20 minutes. Man, this game is gorgeous. I really wonder what this... I should hook this up on my old Xbox and just compare it. Just to see the differences. And I'm almost out of arrows. I'm not wasting it on that. They'll probably fly away, but that's okay. Jesse Stems is only on horseback, though. Okay, good to know. Let's see, Alyssa says, I'm all for the question of the night. Anything to take my mind off the misery. Alyssa, are you saying you want to ask the question, or you want somebody to, or you're just down to do the game we typically do with the question of the night? Because if you've got a question, do it. Go for it. Let's see, Matt says, Crackdown was the best. If you want 1 and 2, they're free on Xbox Store and are backwards compatible. Hey! And 1 even has enhancements. I didn't know that. 1's my favorite. We just played through 3 on stream a couple weeks ago. Oh, shit! Get your black ass up out of here, bro. It ain't time for that. Hell, I can see a shadow. Run, ho! Put the sword away! Hell you think this is, man? This ain't no damn game. Look at him killing. You just gonna throw shit at me, bro? That's real mean. It's not. I just got here, and your big ass is throwing shit at me. I'm learning. Damn. Do I press Y to get the shit out of the skulls? See how much damage I do. Fuck him. He want to get into the fisticuffs. I ain't scared of him. Shit. I don't want to waste my souls on his ass, though. I ain't scared of you. Ain't no punk. I just don't want to lose my souls. Oh, I think I put myself in a situation where I'm going to have to go through that, dude. Oh, well. That's what an adventure is, man. Got to deal with it as it comes. Let's see, Suva says, there's so much I like about the game, but some things are frustrating. What's frustrating for you, man? What are the parts that you don't... Well, and you typically don't like the Souls games anyway, so is it just a typical Souls? Because I know Bloodborne is your jam. I know Bloodborne is your bread and butter. Okay, now I was able to get out of it. Sweet! Get up on top of these buildings like Nier Automata. Let's get to sprinting. And I guess, is there a map in this game? Yep. With the map, you can check your current position. Beacons of Light, Stranded Graveyard, Cave of... Oh, can I just go back there? What? Hell yeah, you can fast travel anywhere, ho? Damn right. Yeah. That's cool. And the game didn't even say, hey, yo, go here. It was just like, hey, man, it's your world. Have an adventure. We ain't really worried about what you do. Just do something. Or stand still. I've seen too many videos of that dude kicking everybody's ass. I know it's not time to fight him yet. Alright, let's ball, because he's getting closer. And I do not want him to aggro me at present. Lizzie says, I don't have a question to throw out there. I'm open to the distraction. I'm not here to bitch and moan, as my clients like to say. I can dig it. You can always get souls back, then run like hell back to safety. Yeah, I just didn't feel like going through that song and dance. It's the one thing about this game I really would change, is the losing progress because you died nonsense. Like, do it like Dragon Quest, where you lose something, but not everything. It's a time thing. I don't mind it being difficult, but it's just like, dude, I got shit to do. I don't want to play this game. The hell is that? Man, there is no safety. And did they crucify Jesus in this game? Damn! Is crucifying people? There is nowhere safe up in this joint. You might as well take that to El Banco. Mechanical things that I think don't translate well in the open world. I got you. Yeah, the combat style of a typical Souls game, to me, definitely was a weird thing to consider in an open world where you're used to being a little bit more free-form movement. This game, I definitely feel more agile than I've felt in previous Souls games, but it's definitely still very deliberate. This is not Kingdoms of Amalur, for crying out loud. I want to see how long it takes you to discover them and then see how you rage. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to rage too much here. I'm going to take a slightly different approach with Elden Ring. Typically, my comedic rage really stems from one thing. I have a lot of things to do, and usually with video games, unless I'm in love with them, I want them to say what they got to say and then shut the fuck up. And I'm in love with like 8 video games in my history of playing video games. I think most of these things are mediocre at best. When you compare, relatively speaking, right? They're marvels of art and ingenuity. I got that. But in terms of like me enjoying playing them, my experiences are usually mediocre at best. So when I'm not having the time of my life, I just want to, like, completion matters more to me than like the journey or the story. Like just finishing a task. And when the game just keeps putting obstacles, like if you watch my rage session playing Shan Yuan's Sword 7, where the end of the game is just going back and talking to people, like, dude, who wrote this? Kill yourself. You need to be off Earth. Like, don't reproduce. You know, like that type of shit. Like, it's just, but with this game, I'm going to take a slightly more, let's treat this as if I was like, just the way I would do like bodybuilding or getting good at something. Let's treat it like a longer term thing. We were just going to play it and get good at it. Because, like, if I played golf the way I played video games, I would hate golf. But I'm more patient with golf because I know I suck. I'm not expecting to get good faster. And with a video game, it's like, if this game isn't great, I don't want to learn your stupid-ass system. And that's, with the Souls games, they're just usually not fun enough for me to stick with them. But that's because the obtuseness of learning how to fight. But I'm going to treat this like learning how to fight all over again and be a little bit more patient. And I think because I'm setting a different expectation, there's no reason for the rage. The rage usually comes from, I'm ready for this shit to be over, ease 8, and you won't shut the fuck up with these horrible cutscenes that were written for 9-year-olds, and you're insulting my intelligence just by talking. Let me kill these monsters and everybody shut up. Like, I get that way. Where it's like, if you're going to make me listen to this, at least make it good. And none of this is good. Like, the gameplay in Ease is great, but that story can go fuck itself. I mean, that's not true. The plot is fine. The damn dialogue is what I'm talking about. The plot is actually cool. The dialogue is like, please get whoever wrote this off Earth, or at least make it illegal for them to reproduce. That type shit. So, I don't think I'll have really a whole lot of rage because I'm not setting any expectations for this to be over quickly. I'm just going to roll with the old punches. There's one with stuff in it. Hey, it had a golden rune. That sounds important. Did anybody ask the question of the night yet, or is everybody sitting on the bench? Merlin says it seems grindy at points. I like grinding, though. That's the weird thing about me. As much as I hate wasting time, I don't mind grinding because it makes me feel like I'm getting stronger, which is all I care about in a role-playing game. Make me feel like I'm constantly getting better, or stop. There's no other reason for me to play this genre. Like, I don't care about your shittily written story. There's 4 RPGs that have good stories, and 2 of them aren't even RPGs, Death Stranding and The Last of Us. No. Yeah. So, there you go. Combat is much less clunky. Yes, I'm noticing that. Still clunky, but less so. Ethan says the question of the night. Here we go. Love it. Thank you, Ethan. If you could add any word to the dictionary. Oh, I got this one. I've already answered this question on the show. I love it. Any word to the dictionary. What word would it be, and what would it mean? I'll answer last. I like this question. Good. See, I knew immediately you guys would be better at this than me. You guys are in charge of the question of the night from now on. All you interesting conversationalists out there. Matt says, if you've never played Too Human, I have. It's also free on that. In fact, I have two, because you were talking about, I have the whole Crackdown collection physically, and in fact, I think I might have got Crackdown 1 from you. Way, way back, when you guys still had Xbox 360 games in stock. Because I had been looking for it forever, because I think I had traded my old copy in, and I was like, that's, like, Crackdown the original is on my list of top 10 favorite games of all time. Like, it's that good. I was like, I gotta have a physical copy of this, and I think I found one at y'all's store. But Too Human is a game I've always wanted to try again, because it's flawed and imperfect, but there's a lot of cool stuff in it that I enjoyed. But yeah, everybody, take Matt's tips here, man. If you're playing games, you can get some free stuff, for sure. But now that you said it, I might just download Too Human so I don't have to go get my old copy of it. That's going to be really helpful because now I can have Crackdown. I can have the whole Crackdown collection and Too Human on this Xbox without having to go open up my storage where all my games are. Alright, is this a shrine of Jesus where I can pray and be better? Nope, it's a bird's eye telescope. Okay, yeah, I love that. That's kind of Ghost Recon-like. Okay, or not. Or not. Oh, no, you can zoom it in. I forgot, this is a weird game that doesn't know it's 2022. Hey, analog stick and D-pad have been doing the same things for like 30 years. Let's get on that from software. Get our technical act together, shall we? So I got some goats, bunch of zombies on the street. Shit, I can handle zombies on the street. They ain't shit. No, there's 3 zombies on the street. North. Or, yeah, north. That's funny. Hey, what's up, homies? Hey, listen up. Why y'all running? Come back! It's just ass whooping. And bring your monkey ass back here. Get this ass whooping like a zombie. Did he go out there to pray? Oh no! Is it like demons that aren't evil? My bad. Hey, listen, man. I ain't mean it. Gotta stop that damn running. Bring your ass back here. Nice. So I kill a group, I get all my flasks back. I'll take it. It's a good trade-off. That actually is a pretty dope trade-off, because if I'm in an open world and I can't restore my flasks through save spots, I have to have a way to do it if the fights go on long. And so, alright. So like clearing a base, so to speak, I imagine gives you your energy back. Or gives you your... Alright. That's good balance from software. Well done. Man, we ain't messing with that dude on that horse. Tell you that. I ain't got no horse. I ain't fighting nobody on no horse. Feel me? Give me that. Ah, too far away. The inner artist says, I would choose supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Well done. Did you spell that properly? I don't know how to spell it. I assume that's the word you meant, but I don't know if that's the proper spelling. Harley's going to bed. Take it easy, Harley. Chamberiance is the word Merlin would add to the Dixon dictionary. And he says chamberiance is defined as the lack of patience to deal with bullshit in video games. I think actually what you're identifying there, Merlin, is like, my mother will tell you this. She says that if there's one thing my son cannot tolerate, she's like, more than any other human I've ever met, and she's worked at the highest levels of bureaucracy. Like, my mom's been a lot of places. She's like, more than any human I've ever met, my son, like exponentially more than any other human, has no patience for insincerity and bullshit. Like, she's like, the minute bullshit happens, my son wants people dead. She's like, I don't understand it, because most humans are kind of full of shit, but my son, like, he didn't get that genetic predisposition to be kind of bullshitty and, like, white lie guy. Like, he's like, no, Mom, you're fat as fuck in that dress. Change. Like, you're right. I think chamberiance is my lack of patience with Earth. Video games are just one of the microcosms of things that I hate on. Were you not on Discord earlier today to hear my rant about Microsoft and all this two-factor horse shit because programmers suck? I literally wrote a business plan to take down Google and just start our own shit because my two-factor authentication to log into this effing Xbox took 3 hours. Like, let me show you how we played video games when I was a kid. You guys want to see that? Check this out, man. There I was. It was 1989. I was like, I don't know, 7, right? It's Christmas. My mom says, son, I love you. I want you to have this very special thing. Let me show you guys how video games worked when I was young. All right, check this out. All right, check this. She said, son, I want you to have a very special gift. want you to have this Nintendo Entertainment System that's 12 years been on the market because my parents were very cheap. You know, I don't come from a poor family, but I come from a cheap family. My dad would not buy me shit. Like a lot of my friends thought I was spoiled because my parents would make up for never buying me shit by trying to buy a lot of stuff on Christmas. So it looked like I had a lot of shit. My parents never let me have laser tag. They wouldn't let me have a Sega Genesis. I have 4 Sega Genesis under this desk right now too. Because my parents were so cheap. I'm going to buy laser tag the company here soon. But it was like, literally, this is how video games work. You put it in. Game. I'm now playing. If it's me, it's probably Metroid or Metal Gear. Which are in this case over here. I had to, first of all, hook this whole thing up, which wasn't particularly difficult. Didn't know the Xbox Series X didn't have optical audio out. Console makers, we have been streaming since the year at least 2012, consistently. When HDMI comes out of your device and into something else, it is a singular feed. We can't split that at the computer level, which means we can't stream and have other shit going on unless we stream natively from your device. In order to stream not natively from your device, which I'm not going to do because I can't do all this extra sexiness that I do on my show, I have to have something like this to make it work. This is what I'm used to doing with PlayStation products. I now have had to do it. This is actually not the device. This is similar to it. The actual device is plugged in doing its job. But now I have to do this with Xbox too. Anyway. I'm trying to just, so I hook it up, I turn it on, and it asks me to log in. I'm like, all right, I don't remember my password, because when do I ever log into an Xbox? I have it turned on to not make me do it. 3 hours. Asked it to give me the password, the email. Like, I tried 19 passwords that eventually worked. And the email still didn't get to me with the stupid passcode, which the passcode had expired because it timed out because those were the 2 steps to playing video games when I was a kid. Today I had to hook up machine, tell it what language I wanted to play in, what world I lived in, hook up the internet, tell it that I didn't, 7 times tell it that I didn't want to hook up a store or do all the other fancy shit it was trying to do. I had to sign like 9 non-disclosure agreements, an end-user usage agreement that basically says we're going to watch everything you ever do ever on this device and record it so we can sell shit to people like you forever. And then installed the game, which, by the way, when I started the stream, I started installing Elden Ring back at 4 p.m. When this all started. Elden Ring still was not fully installed by the time I started streaming with you all earlier. That is the modern world we're living in. And I can't fathom why players are like just... Because I guess your anxiety levels are so high, and video games, let's call it what it is. Video games are the #1 cure for anxiety on the planet. That's why everybody does it. Like, is your anxiety so high that you're willing to... Like, I have PTSD rage trying to play the fucking video games. My anxiety went out the window. Like, fuck is going on? Shitty console makers that think like bureaucrats instead of end users. Fix yourself. I am missing like crazy trying to kill these birds. Alright, so locking on is absolutely necessary in combat. Artist says I did spell it correctly. Cool. Cap says, really glad you're back, Bryant. Mister. Yeah, man. Yeah, actually, going back to what I was going to kind of hip you guys to tonight, one of the things I wanted to bring up is one of the reasons why I was away for so much time is I was taking care of family stuff and had stuff going on, but I also got sick. I was supposed to stream a week ago yesterday, and that was the first day of, like, I had this, My real estate agent had it, and then my wife had it, and then I got it. It was this weird stomach virus that was real. Like, I'm still feeling the effects of it now. I'm not as bad as I was, but I'm still not fully recovered. And that started last Thursday, or that started last Thursday. And so I wasn't here. Like, I had planned to stream. I had planned to actually do all of this without Elden Ring, obviously, Thursday, and it went out the window because I couldn't function and was sick for 3 days. But a lot of people have been asking me about the podcast, so let's tag. Or I guess we're still doing. What are the words you guys are adding to the thing? But going back to homies, the Chamberians. I love that joke, by the way. That really touched my soul. Chamberians is just impatience with Earth, bro. Humans do so many fucking absurd things that bother the shit out of me. But it's not that we do it; it's that the other humans are okay with it. Like the fact that Ubisoft sold y'all the fucking game that's broke on purpose so that you would buy DLC upgrades to fix the game. And we let that shit ride. We're still... Fuck them. Fuck them. Like, that's the shit I'm talking about. And I'm not saying you gotta cancel them, just I don't want to shop at a place where that's the shit you make. Fuck you. Make better shit. Like, there's a million other companies out here making shit. We'll buy from them. And your games ain't that good, yo. Like Ghost Recon, you hit gold with that, but most of your shit is mediocre to whack, so. You can eat one. And I have no idea where I'm supposed to be going in this game. Locking on is absolutely necessary in most combat. If the cameras become an issue, yeah. It's, a lot of open world games you can kind of freelance a little more. This one is like, it's time. There's no freelancing here. Get your ass bust. And Suba, I imagine if I get crushed here playing around, like, is there actually a map marker on the giant map that says your souls are here with a big arrow and a fire and everything, so I don't have to search for it for 10 years? Oh, shiza. You know what we can do here? See, this is the type of stuff I'm cool with. Like this. All right. This is what I was hoping for. I'm outclassed, I'm outmatched, but I can use some of this terrain to my advantage versus in an older Dark Souls game, this would be way more narrow. I'd have way less options to fight and defend myself, and it would be harder only because the player is handicapped by their options. Now I'm not. This is... All right, let's see if... what I was hoping this game would be, let's see if it is. Easy killer. Easy back. Easy on that ass. Easy on that ass now. Easy on that ass you need. Yeah, ho. Come get some. No, not that. This hoe is giving chase. Come get some, baby. We out in the open now. We can get to it. Yeah, scream at that, bitch. Oh, asshole. So far, so good. Hey, his friend's out here trying to help. Let's get loose. Does he know I'm here? No, he doesn't. Suba, I thought RB was the stab move. He didn't do it when I ran up on the guy. Why didn't? Is it RT or RB? Can't remember the controls. Merlin says, really got to head out. Have fun, B. Take it easy, Merlin. Good to see you as always, my friend. Oh, damn, he got wolves helping him too? Shit, I didn't see the damn wolves. Gotta start paying attention to shit, B. Backstab does extra damage, but oh, I thought it was gonna kill him. I guess maybe I did do the backstab and it just didn't kill him. I was expecting him to die, but maybe that's just all the damage I did, and it did it right, and I'm good. So it turned. I guess what you're saying, Soup, is I did the move. I just was expecting it to be more powerful than it was. Is what it sounds like. Wait, can I get to the other side of it from this side? No, doesn't look like it. Actually, it doesn't even look like I can get where I'm going from here. Shit! Not what I was trying to do. Alright, let's get to it. Come on, baby. Get this ass whooping. Hey, I got armor. Hell yeah, I do. You better give me your armor, bitch. I'll take it. Your mama got armor. Where's my armor at, ho? Oh, it's weaker? You gave me a bunch of weaker shit? You suck. It's gonna be a typical RPG. It makes this stronger, but everything else gets weaker. Fuck you, I'll keep what I have. I'm not looking at menus for an hour and a half to decide that I'm 0.8% better now. That's when nerds need to not be allowed in the design meeting. Remember, people are gonna play this game, guys. These wolves just held their ground like it wasn't nothing, didn't they? Yeah, the agility in this game is immediately better. But you know what? The last one No, that's not true. The last one I played was the original Dark Souls. I was going to say Bloodborne was the last one I played, but no, it was Dark Souls. This is what I was going to try to do, was come down and bring some destruction from up top, but I failed. Dude, the fact that they put stuff on top of these buildings, oh, there is so much that I've wanted to love about From Software, and that's the stuff they do right. Like, this dude, oh no, we good, we good. I like their little patrol, though. Hey, homie. You know I'm coming for that ass. You know I'm not gonna not come for that ass. You turn that corner, that's gonna be your ass. Right here, baby. Okay, he didn't turn the corner, so it's not gonna be his ass. Not tonight. Maybe tomorrow. The Armorer's Cookbook. Cool. Okay, I thought that butterfly was going to let me capture it because they had said in one of the tutorials there's flowers and daffodils and butterflies. Yo, is that a pack of wolves getting ready to come whoop my monkey ass? Get the fuck out of here. Them wolves kicking ass all night, too. Look at them. Don't look like they don't want to eat something. Wolves look hungry as shit, ho. Get up here. Get to jumping. Them wolves get up here. That was scary as hell. Yeah, look at all them wolves running around. Ursula says, let's hear about the podcast and other haps. Yeah, okay, so I kind of hyped that in the beginning. I don't have a ton of stuff to share with you guys, just kind of a minor update. All right, so the podcast, right? I actually have some podcasts recorded that I never uploaded. And I'll take a break from the game here too, so we can just chat about this, and then we'll get back to the game, and then we'll get you. We're actually past our normal time, so I'll let you guys get out of here too. Am I being chased? Fuck yes. I had a feeling they were gonna come up here and kick my ass. Come on, come on. Hold on, gang. I'll be back. I'll be back with you here shortly. I can't really mess with the camera because I'm trying not to die. This is a very interesting fight to have, though. The fact that this is even possible is pretty cool. That this game even allows that. How cool is that? Any more of them damn wolves trying to run up here to fight? Actually, if I crouch, they shouldn't be able to see me. I just don't want to end up dead while I'm chatting with you guys. There's really no safe... Actually. Shit. I'm about to buy it, y'all. I'm done. Where my flask at? Woo! Got the flask just in time, too. Get your wolf ass off me, bitch! Uh-huh. And I died. Fuck! All the wolves basically climbed on top of the building and ate me. Well. We made it that far in a Souls game without dying. That's a record. For me. Maybe not for good players, but for me, for sure. Alright. So. Turbo says, watch out, the wolves will climb. Did they ever? Let's go back to the stake. I don't even remember the last place I found. Shit. I think that was back in the dungeon. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so podcast stuff. So last year, I was, wrapping up the year, doing a lot of different things. I was recording podcasts, and then I got to the point where let me just make sure I'm in a quasi-safe space, so I'm not about to get chased all around here by wolves again and then lose all that work I just did. So anyway, we finished up the podcast last year. Right, I want to say before either, because my family got COVID right after Thanksgiving, so I think we finished up right around the end of October. And then once my family had COVID, it was like, all right, I got to take care of family stuff, and there's a lot of moving pieces with my businesses and stuff going on. So for now, I'm just going to take a break from this and while I'm focused on other stuff. And then I didn't really think much of it until I started to get a lot of people asking, like, B, where's the podcast? I was like, wow. I know a lot of people listen to it, but I didn't realize people were taking as much away from it as they were. And actually, I wrote some stuff down to talk about tonight, not really to read to you, but just so that I'm not all over the place and I'm not missing points I wanted to say. So when it comes to the podcast, kind of one of the things I've wrestled with for years when I started doing things on the internet is this: do I want to be perceived as an entertainer or do I want to be perceived as an educator, right? And the truth is, I just want to be perceived as a dude who wants to help people win, regardless of whether I'm entertaining or educating. I don't really care. But when you're a creator, it's a little bit tougher on this side of it, because what I'm creating things for isn't necessarily always what the audience is consuming it for. And that's not a bad thing. It's just, when I really sat down to do my podcast at first, and I alluded to this earlier, I was like, okay, educator, entertainer. I guess if I had to choose, it's like, well, helping people is more important to me than being entertaining, but I also understand how helpful entertainment is to people, right? So I've always kind of teetered between those two lines. So when I sat down to make my podcast, I had a very explicit purpose. In fact, I was going through treatment for chronic PTSD, and it was actually my therapist who recommended, like, do you do podcasting? Like, you were a musician for a lot of years. Like, do you still perform? And I said, not really. I kind of lost the fire for it just because once I realized what the entertainment industry really was and what I was up to, I just wasn't a good fit for it. And then she was like, would you podcast or anything? I said, I used to have a podcast, but I didn't really stick with it. She's like, well, would you consider doing another one? And this time make it more like a stream of consciousness where you capture the things that you're experiencing, but also pepper in the things that you've experienced, the stories from war and business and these things, so that people can hear them, like you can tell these stories. And I told her, I said that it just doing it that way seems really, really narcissistic and self-serving. She's like, well, you're going to be talking about yourself a lot, which you don't like doing, even though you do it a lot. It's not, I'm uncomfortable with it. She's like, just remember, the people listening are going to be hearing themselves in the story, not you. So even though you're talking about yourself and it seems self-serving and it seems selfish, it's really going to be helpful to other people who have problems that are similar to yours to be able to see, well, if this guy's out in the world killing it and he's got these problems, it can be hopeful to a lot of people. She's like, especially other military folks who have been where you've been. And she says, if nothing else, I'd like you to do it just because documenting the things that you're experiencing will be good as a source of therapy for you too, to express. She's like, you're a super extrovert, so you think and you feel out loud. So when I'm talking, I'm usually feeling like I feel through speech. I think through speech versus an introvert who sits quietly and is introspective. I'm extroverted. She's like, so nothing else, if nothing else, you'll get a lot of these thoughts that you have and challenges that you're wrestling with out of you. I was like, okay, cool. So I started doing it thinking, all right, nobody's going to listen to this horse shit. Which is what I say every time I start a show. And then usually anywhere from 10,000 to 500,000 followers later, we're talking about this thing that I didn't really expect to be something. Anyway, so I start recording with the express purpose of, okay, what do I want the show to do? Because I'm an extremely to a flaw. Like, this is not, I'm not complimenting myself. This is an actual flaw. I am overly purpose driven. So I don't do shit without a why. That's why these video games drive me nuts. Because, like, why is it asking me to do this? Oh, because other humans like wasting fucking time. And you think it's Satan. Ah. Right, so it's like, all right, what do I want to actually do with this thing? What is the purpose? Because I'll never do an activity just for fun or just for the sake of it. I'm not that person. I have to have why are we doing it in the databanks before the thing starts. And so it's like, okay, the purpose is I started to take a look at the things that frustrated me about the world, and I saw every problem in the world, all of them, in the companies I've been in, at war, in families, people I've helped. The problem I see all around the world, all of the problems cannot be condensed down to one thing, but they all have a root cause. It's not the root cause, but it's one of the major root causes. That if we just fix that one, we solve a lot of the other problems as you go up this kind of inverted pyramid, right? And the problem that I saw in the world, everywhere from the military to when I was running, Fortune 500 companies to running my own companies, what I saw is what made companies great or terrible were the leaders that were working there. Period. Leadership is what wins or loses games, wars, life. And so I said, what if I could teach people just by talking to them, just by getting them to think differently about the way they see the world? I can teach people how to lead and start with how to lead self. Like, fuck being a boss. You're not going to lead anything until you can, like, if you can't get up 3 times a week and get a workout in, you're not qualified to lead people. Right? And let me rephrase that because I said that exactly wrong. It's not if you can't, because if you're disabled, you're disabled. I'm physically disabled. There's things I can't do. If you won't commit to getting your ass up 3 days a week to take care of you, who the fuck are you helping or leading anywhere? Right? That type is like, if I can just show people practical, what are the things you need? What are the things you need to be? What are the things you need to know? And what are the things you need to do to be a leader? And so I created this show, the Bryant Chambers movement. We're going to develop warrior leaders daily. Because at first I was going to do the podcast as a daily show where I would just have a short stream of consciousness. But it came along that people liked the longer shows better. And so it wasn't daily. But anyway, so it was like, let's help people. Let's develop leaders all over the world using these things that I've learned on and off the battlefield. Because if we can have people who are good leaders read, if we can have people who are self-aware and have personal courage and the willingness to sacrifice of self to help others, then we can fix all the bullshit that's going on in the world. Most people are not leaders. Most people are not self-aware. Most people are not diligent. And most people surely are not trying to sacrifice for others, even though they say they pay. I've watched and listened to people pay all kinds of lip service to, it's not about me, it's about others. And you look at, well, your mouth and your feet are in disagreement, bitch. I hear what you're saying, miss. I'm a servant leader. I'm looking at your feet and your hands. They ain't servant leaders. Your mouth is. So yeah, my opinion of most leaders is not very positive, and I don't mean that they're terrible. I just mean they're not very great. I don't think most leaders are amazing, but if we can get most leaders to at least be competent, I think we can make the world better. So it's like, okay, how do I do that? And so everything that I'm doing has this purpose of helping people develop the self into a warrior leader who can go into the world and actually affect positive change, first in your specific space, and then in the sphere of influence that you have. That was the goal. Part of the challenge with the podcast is we did it. Like the world has certainly not been saved, but we reached an ungodly amount of people who started to take the things we were talking about and get some good out of it. So that's the first thing I kind of wanted to hit you with. Where else did I go in my notes? But the main point there is all of my content, even though it was streams of consciousness and a sharing of ideas, getting people to think critically about things instead of making judgments, ask questions. I'm a scientist. I try to encourage people to think like a scientist instead of thinking like a zealot, because thinking like a zealot is really great if you're right. Most people aren't. And if anybody tells you they know the truth, run. If they know the exact absolute truth, they are lying to you through their teeth, because they don't want to face the inside of them that doesn't know the truth that they're uncomfortable with. Simple as that. Anyway, so I wanted to drive people to action, building businesses, doing art, becoming a leader in your career. Those were the things that I wanted to start to see as a result of the work that we were doing. And not see, but hear from people, hey, I'm using your show to do this thing over here. But what I found, and none of this is, nothing I'm sharing here was a disappointment or negative. This is all just observation and reporting. In fact, it's very positive. It seemed as if as I went on with things, and not just on my podcast, but most of the stuff that I do in general, that what most people wanted my podcast for was more of the entertainment than the education. And let me qualify that statement. I'm not saying that you weren't getting uplifted from it. I mean, the way it was being used, I perceived, was less about listening to it, taking the principles, and then going and applying it. And what it became was like the people who would hit me up were like, B, where's your podcast? I need it. It's like, what do you mean you need it? It's like my podcast for some people had become like their morning therapy, where it's like I'm not necessarily using it to practically attack life. I'm using it to recover from the ass whooping that I'm getting. So it made me start to really evaluate, okay, maybe what I'm trying to do is not well suited for a podcast. And I never wanted to, and this is kind of the crux of what I want to say here. And it's confusing even to me. So forgive me if all of this isn't clear. This is what artists go through. An artist never knows what they're painting until the painting is done. But it made me start to evaluate, okay, I don't just want to be the every week show that people are using as a crutch. Like, it's just a thing you listen to that, like, I want there to be action at the end of it, was my stance. I don't know if that's a fair expectation. So the answer to it, why has the podcast not been happening? Well, all of the things I set out to do with the podcast, I did. It was like I set goals. Okay, we're going to reach 10,000 veterans. And then I reached 30,000 in a week. It was like, I'd never done that before, except when I've had viral content go viral. It was like, I'm talking to 30,000 veterans within a week to a month of starting to produce content. It's like, well, there goes that goal. Like, I had a goal to help a certain number of veterans and non-veterans start businesses. Check. Like, we helped people start businesses. Check. We launched a course to help military personnel transition from the military to starting businesses. Check. Like, all these things that I wanted to do with the podcast, I accomplished them. And it was like, okay, so the whole update and me telling you that really long story to bring you here is, okay, now what? Because, and this is where I say I think there's a disconnect between what I was attempting to do with my podcast and what you all are using it for. So what I submit to you is, help me. What are you all using it for, and what would be better suited for you, where I'm thinking about taking it in the future? And this is, my wife and I sat down and said, I think this is going to be more useful to people and beneficial if I do it this way versus making it this rigid thing where I have to be on this schedule of producing content, which I'm never going to stick to. Because my thing is this, guys. If I don't have shit to say, I'm not saying shit. I don't like talking just to talk. I don't like talking just to hear my voice. When I'm talking, I have some shit to say to you that at least to me is I think is important for you. Not interesting, important. And that's another huge disconnect between me and the entertainment and media industry. And we don't have to get into this talk. But my major disconnect with media and what I do is media is predicated on being interesting so that we can sell things. I am predicated on telling you important shit that helps you in the war of life. Period. If it happens to sell a thing, fine. I don't give a shit. Media doesn't give a fuck about sharing important things that are helpful for you. They will if it makes them money. But guess what? Most of the shit that actually makes money in media is not the helpful shit. One of my friends, it actually depressed me this weekend when I saw it. One of my friends who is huge on YouTube, way bigger than I'll ever be. Well, I don't know. Maybe, you never know what happened. But the way I play the game, I should never get big on YouTube. And that's okay. I don't really want this to get too big. One of my friends produced a video this past week, and it's everything that's going on in the market right now that people need to know. And when I saw his numbers, it literally depressed me. It was like 40 million motherfuckers just watched a family of people in pastel colored goddamn sweaters stack cups. And like 80 people watched this dude just break down everything that's wrong with doing shit on YouTube. Like, it's just me and the media are not on the same fucking sheet of music. Like, I want to be entertaining. I understand the value of being entertaining to distract people from pain, but that's a placebo. It's a placebo. The cure is getting to the root of your pain and helping you root it out, and that's what we're up to. And I just found, like, I don't know that most people are up to that. And that was another thing I learned by, like, I've always made content for smaller audiences like you guys. When I started going viral and getting exposed to the rest of the world, let me help you guys. Most people don't actually want their life to get better. Correction. They want their life to get better. They just don't want to be a part of it. They want to push a button or hire a coach or do a thing, and then a week later their life's better. Like, they don't want to actually bleed. I don't want to be around people like that. And when I realized there's that many people on earth who are just here tasting as if this shit isn't playing for keeps and you're going to die one day, those people scare me. But I want to produce something that is of value to you. So what I'll submit to you, where my head's at right now with what we'll do, is I'm thinking instead of doing this weekly show where I'm pulling my hair out trying to figure out what you all need to hear, and it's incredibly hard, believe it or not, as a show creator to know what you all need to hear, because you don't talk a lot, and pulling that information out of you guys is hard as shit, because not because you're not great, because you're usually so distracted that you're not even thinking about how can Bryant help me. So it's like, instead of trying to figure all that shit out, I'm just going to identify problems I know exist in the world, and then what me and my wife are talking about doing is just doing lecture series that actually solve specific problems. Like, if one of the things I was thinking about doing was a huge problem that the world has, and I don't care how old or young you are, everybody on the internet is a terrible fucking communicator. So many of you that I talk to, like, a lot of what I'm helping some of the men and women who I've helped is how to communicate better. Because those of you that grew up on the internet do not know how to do it effectively. You don't know how to be clear. You don't know how to be concise. A lot of times, I struggle with being succinct and concise, but being clear about what you're trying to communicate. And so many people are bad at it. Like, how many times I have to ask people to write sentences 3 and 4 times to even understand what they're asking me. It shows that people have not put a lot of rigor into written communication. It's like, oh, it's the text messaging world. We could just send 140 characters and they'll like here are some of the problems we have in the world are literally communication misunderstandings. And if you could teach people how to talk, and more importantly, how to shut the fuck up and listen, and to be critical but not condemning, right? Judge the action, not the human, right? And reserve judgment of all of it until you have a more comprehensive picture of what's going on. But in the media world, nobody wants that. It's fast, fast, fast. Let's judge Aaron Rodgers as a whoremonger who wants $50 million because some janitor said it at the ballpark. And that's just what we want to believe because we're bored. It's like, I don't want to be in that world. I don't want to make content for that world. So I'm thinking about, doing lecture series. And all of this is predicated on conversations I have not had with all of you, which is why we're doing this now. So I'm not married to any of this, but I'm thinking more doing deliberate lectures and talks and interviews around specific problems that we can try to get to resolution on versus trying to have gee whiz interesting topics to talk about every week because that shit gets old to me. Like having to be interesting. It's like I don't want to be interesting. I want to be here when you guys actually need something. I would rather be much more of an a la carte producer than this person who's just online every day with nothing to say. Because everybody, really, what's really going on in the world is all of your lives are better than you're saying they are, and what we really are, especially as Americans, are is fucking entitled in a lot of ways. And it's like you're not getting in shape because you're entitled and you think it's easier than it should be. Or you think it should be easier than it is. And you won't just get your ass up and go do the work. Well, it's hard. Yeah, fuck you. Anything worth doing is hard. You know, that type of stuff. So I don't know if any of that made any sense. That's why I took notes. Because it's hard to think through these things. This is the level of rigor that I put into the shit that I make for you guys. Let me check my notes, make sure I didn't miss anything. So yeah, like what I said, it seemed like what the audience wanted from my podcast was more just a voice of reason that brings peace consistently. Not a person who is teaching or speaking on a thing that we can solve a problem and actually apply a thing to our lives. If I'm wrong about that, and I pray I am, awesome. If I'm not, no problem. We just got to figure out how to make it in a way that's mutually beneficial for the both of us. Or for the all of us, I guess I should say. But yeah, like just making a show to satisfy an entertainment need, I'm not going to do that. It's just not who I am. I don't give a shit. Like, why are you so fucking bored? Go help homeless people. You don't need that much goddamn entertainment. You know, and one of the things I wrote down is I wrote down I only build purpose-driven content. I don't make it for money or for fame. Now, I make money from my content. I certainly have tasted a little bit of fame from the things I've made, but that's not why I make them. I've gotten famous despite my work. And then, you know, the money just comes from knowing how business works more so than being interesting. But what else did I have here? Yeah, so the bottom line is I'm at a place in my podcast where I'm not sure what to say. I have said it all. All the goals I set out to do, I did. And what I wanted the podcast to be, one, I'm not sure it can do. Not sure it's effective at it. And two, I'm not sure that's what you want it to be. You know, so if any of that made sense, God bless you. You know, oh. One of the other things I made sure I wrote this part down because I knew I'd forget it. Uh, you know, what I was talking about with the media world versus what I do. What I wanted to create was a world where people get transformed through entertainment and they look to their entertainment to be transformative, not just let me zone out so that I don't have to feel my feelings again today because life sucks. Like, no, zone in. I want entertainment to zone you into the good shit, not just zone you out of the bad. You know, so I don't know that the world I'm trying to create is possible because I don't know that the human appetite is strong enough for it. Like, I don't know, like, people just need to get over their pain before they worry about trying to be a better person. And I think that the pain that people are in may be a bridge too far for me to expect them to just, because basically what I was hoping was I'd build this freaking army of leaders around the world. You know, we'd get to leaders. We'd start by teaching the warrior ethos. And what I found was most of the people listening weren't leaders yet. A lot of, like, less people are tuned into the warrior ethos than I ever thought was possible. And then what I figured out is the reason why is a lot of people that I'm encountering, and I was shocked because you got to understand the world I come from is very different, I guess, than the world that I'm experiencing today. It's like I'm running into, especially on the side with men, so many men who have just not been taught how to be men. Like, there is a divide here where men have not been taught how to play the, like, I'm looking for men to be warriors and fucking leaders. And what I found when I got to the internet is you guys weren't taught how to be goddamn men yet. And some of us are not 20. It's like, and that's not a criticism or hating on people. Like, this is shit men have said to me. I'm not shitting on nobody. I'm not judging. This is stuff like dudes have said to me. Like, I am X years old and I'm still, like, I'm trying to learn how to be a dude still. Like, oh, shit. You know, guys, I started my life fucking living in Humvees and getting shot at. I don't know the world like the earliest part of my adult life was a career of violence and death. I don't know how to be a regular dude in this world. That shaped me in a way that I think just made me not able to see the world for what it really, the way it really is, and it's hard. But like I wanted to create this cabal of leaders and warriors, which we did. By the way, you're all here right now. The warriors and leaders I'm talking about are the people watching. But what I was hoping was I've built these big audiences. Let's build big fucking audiences of leaders and warriors. And then you just realize that scripture from the Bible becomes truer than you want it to be, where it says the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. I never wanted to believe that scripture until I got to this place in my life. So I'm at a place where I'm realizing maybe what I'm trying to build online, let me be clear, maybe what I'm trying to build online is not possible. Because what we're doing offline, oh God. And that's the other thing. Like the stuff I'm able to do offline so much faster than I'm able to do it online. And without any of the headaches or the emails or the fucking messages that I get, because I'm dealing with real people, it's just better. So it's like, okay, if I'm going to keep doing a podcast, what do we want to make this thing? Is the question. And I think that was all the points I wanted to make. Okay, yeah, I think that was all the points. Whew. Arizona says, what do you mean by men? That is different from culture to culture. Well, I think in this case, you'd have to ask the men that told me that. I don't know exactly what they meant, to be honest with you. But no, it's not really that different. I mean, we have cultural differences, but at a biological level, we're all pretty much damn the same. Even psychologically, like if you look at one of the books I have everybody reading that talks about the psychology test that I give everybody, it is actually all of those psychological tenets are true across all cultures. So I would say what I mean specifically about men is more of the biological tendencies of men, right, than the social but so what would I expect from a man? Well, I expect you to have integrity. I expect you to do what the fuck you say you're gonna do, right? I expect you to do hard shit and not fucking complain about it, like that type of thing. And not that I wouldn't expect that from women, but we're talking about men. You know, I expect men to be driven hard enough to create something in this world that makes a world that's good not only for them but for other people. Like those are the expectations I have of men. But that's my personal shit. I don't want to speak for these people because it was their language, not mine. It's a good question though. Let's see, Suba says, lecture series sounds cool. I'd like to see a mini series in there that helps introverts learn networking skills. Yeah, here's how introverts can learn networking skills. Get your introverted ass up and go to a fucking networking event and be uncomfortable until you're not. That's the world I can't understand, Suba. Like that's exactly what I'm talking about. I need tips for bitch, just fucking do it. That's the goddamn tip. I've been wanting to say that for 15 years on the internet. It's not a goddamn tip. Just fucking do it. What is this world where everybody is so like just do shit and be uncomfortable and be scared and have anxiety? That is what being a human is. Like just fucking do it. Just like when I have to sit quietly when I'm around introverts, I have to shut the fuck up. Anyway, good old Suba. But no, I mean, I definitely networking skills is something that I am definitely going to talk about. All my joking aside, but yeah, that whole extrovert, I hate that. Let's do it for extroverts and introverts. How about not put ourselves in buckets where the buckets we're putting ourselves in are subconsciously controlling our behaviors, not our actual psychology. Just go to the fucking event and be uncomfortable and have the panic attack. You're not going to actually die. And if you do, oh well. It was your time. Fuck out of here. But that's another thing. That's a I don't want to say a generational divide because I'm not older than most of you. I had experiences at a younger age than most people get them, so it aged me faster. So it's like the kind of the sorry, this headset sucks. Like for example, if you send a 19-year-old to war, he's 40 mentally when he comes home. That's what I mean. So it's like this whole, hey, can somebody give me tips like that? That's the guru fucking social media going to fucking seminars world. I hate that shit. If you want to get in shape, get your fat ass up and start working. God damn it. Like, let's go. You're going to be dead soon. What the fuck else tips, pills, and shit do I have to teach you to let you know your black ass gonna be dead soon? Get it up and get to work. Like I don't understand this world that needs so much goddamn cajoling to do the shit that you're telling me you want to do. Either do it or don't. Don't network if you're that goddamn scared. And then don't get the benefits from it. But you know what I mean? Like that, just the level of detail sometimes that I have to get with younger people. Like if you don't just get your ass up and try something, I'm gonna kill you. Like what are you doing with your life? But to your point, yes, can I give you some tips about how to get through the networking event if you're more neurotic than another person? Absolutely, absolutely. Ti says these streams are great because I can get real time responses and learn from not just you. And what's interesting, Ti, is originally when I started the podcast, this is what I had in mind, not the audio recording shit. I wasn't even going to do iTunes thing. I was just like when I originally wrote the plan, it was only going to be Twitch. The reason why I started doing Twitch gaming first was experimenting with the platform because my podcast was going to be exclusively on Twitch. At the time, I saw Twitch as this player who was going to do things very differently than the way that they did. And I thought I had a really unique opportunity to take advantage of that. And Twitch went a different direction. And then TikTok happened. And then my actual podcast blew up. But my original plan was never really like I would record it and eventually put it on iTunes and all that stuff. But my original plan was to do live shows like this where people can call in, we can have a conversation and get the hell on. And then that's the show. So game therapy, not for nothing, is very similar to what I originally envisioned with doing a podcast. It's all connected. Josh says, okay, I see. I listened to the podcast because I love the wisdom you shared, and I look to put what you share into practice. Same when watching these streams. Yeah, yeah. So, Josh, you've always been kind of one of the people who is very much the target audience, the target person who we're making that stuff for. Someone who's going to listen, take something good from it, apply what works. I'm inevitably going to say something wrong or inaccurate, or I'm going to have an opinion that's shitty. It'll change as I get more information. But the stuff that's hardcore, that's legit, that you can apply to your life, you apply it and you get better. That's always what I wanted you guys to be able to do. Exposure therapy is your ideology to a degree. I mean, you have to understand the human, right? Like I know Suba very well. I've worked with Suba, so I can yell those things at him and we can joke. I would not have said those things if he was someone I didn't know very deeply and intimately. But like if Suba were someone who had like crazy levels of social anxiety, or I have people that I'm very close to that actually do get panic attacks, I would have them play the game very differently. Like there's certain things you got to do because if your biology ain't working with it, you got to adjust it. Like someone with high levels of challenge being social, yeah, I would definitely have them adjust. Because not for nothing, guys, I'm crazily extroverted. But if you don't like, if you've only been taking Myers-Briggs tests and you think extroversion is just the talkative people, there's more to extroversion than just the social side. And I'm not I'm above average, but I'm not crazily high in social. I'm like an asocial extrovert, if anybody can believe that's a thing. So I don't like going to networking events. Like I empathize with introverts all the time because it's like a lot of the shit y'all hate, I hate about extroverts too. It's like the difference. Well, that's gonna come across as pompous. There's no way for me to say that and sound like there's any humility in it. But anyway, it's just the like I get it. Like I hate networking events. They're fucking horrible, and it's not because I hate being social. I hate being social with superficial people who waste time talking about dumb shit like the weather. I have secretly plotted your death if you have ever walked up to me talking about the goddamn temperature. How am I gonna kill this? Get this person off the planet. I'm kidding, guys. I'm not plotting anybody's death. Yeah, but my point with exposure therapy is more you have to expand your comfort zone. I would never throw somebody out. Like I would never take a crazy introvert and be like, "Okay, you're hosting the Oscars this year. Go, exposure therapy." That would kill them. Their brain would melt out of their face. But, you expose people to things slowly but surely and that the joke that I was yelling at Suba was exactly that. It's the way you get better at these things that are uncomfortable is you taste them and taste them and taste them until you get more comfortable with them. My first day of football practice, I hated football because I got the shit beat out of me. But getting the shit beat out of me over and over and over and over and over and over again taught me something very important. That guys like me who are strong, but not always the biggest guys in the world, I'm a lot bigger now than when I played. So for guys like, you're big. Like guys like me who were smaller players and had to hit big guys, like I was not this big when I played, but I used to have to hit guys as big as me. And I used to beat the shit out of them. Because I was a hard hitter, but why? Because I understood leverage, I understood physics. I don't have to hit you harder to get you to the ground. You outweigh me by 60 pounds. I have to hit you at the right angle with the right leverage to get you off your feet. Like getting the shit beat out of me taught me, like Bloodborne or this Dark Souls shit, how to hit people in a way that I could get you out of your current inertia by hitting you exactly at the right point, and it would look and feel as if I just hit you with a bolt of lightning. But what I did was I found the exact point in physics to get you to get leverage on you. I was a hard hitter because I knew how to hit, not because I was overly strong. Now, I also practiced with my defensive end best friend, who was probably the hardest hitter on the team. He's a fucking monster. And he taught me how to do power cleans. So I could hit like a motherfucker, but I had to, when I hit people, he's 100 pounds heavier than me back then. Now we're probably closer. But it's like, if I had to hit him, I got to get him at an angle where he can't beat me in the fight. Like that, like you gotta, the exposure therapy in football was, the coach didn't let me get killed in the first day, but he let me taste that ass whooping. Like it hurt. My first day of football practice physically was painful. Like getting hit in body parts, like, damn, these dudes, and you're getting hit by bodybuilders and big bricks of men. And it's like, and you're 150 pounds soaking wet. I got bigger as I played, but damn. So yeah, exposure therapy is good, but you don't want to kill a person in the process of it. Are there events where people are there just to network? Shit, I didn't know that was a thing outside of BS Facebook groups. Yeah, yeah. Join meetup.com and then look for groups that are interested in the things you want to do. Meet like no bullshit meetup. I built a fucking six figure back when I had it. I built a six-figure consultancy just off of meetup. Didn't even have to use social media. Technically, I used Facebook to make it easier for the people on Meetup. Didn't have to use a drop of social media to build that business, before I shut it down. And I still have parts of it, but, like you can build things like that very quickly. Meetup.com, it's your friend. B, did you like Elden Ring? I am so far. I am really liking Elden Ring. I'm 4 minutes into it, but I'm liking what I'm playing so far. All right, so that actually took me longer to get that out of my chest. I've been wanting to have this conversation with you guys forever. I just haven't really known how to organize my thoughts to do it. So, I do wish this game was 60 frames a second. Somebody, some smart gamer person, is this 30 frames or 60 frames? Because this sure looks like a damn, it looked like 30 to me. I can't tell. Oh, damn, I died here. Shit. Oh, so you don't have to find the shrine to resurrect there. You just resurrect there. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, From Software. They took a page out of Two Worlds book. They're doing it like Two Worlds. Oh, if this game's like Two Worlds, this is going to be my favorite game of all time. Fuck them. If this game ends up being like Two Worlds, this is going to be my favorite game of the whole time. And then let me not see. I do this every time I play a game. I get hyped. And I start, yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. And then 4 hours later, fuck this game. I hate everybody that made it and their parents. I hope they don't reproduce. Like, inevitably, I get angry. But, dude, so I don't have to find the shrines. You just... Yes. From Software's paying attention to the shit. Like, everybody hated on Two Worlds, but that game did so many smart things for an open world game made in 2006, and it's still better than most of these open world bullshit games that get made today. Still better. Whores. Why am I whispering? I don't know. The big biatch on your compass there is the souls. Yeah, yeah. Appreciate that, Suba. Very helpful. I mean, iFlames, to put it in perspective, bro, I'm not even at the point of the game where they let me level up yet. So that's how not far into the game I am. Oh, dude. That respawns too? Oh. Dude, this game. So many of the things I bitch about in open world games, they're already not doing. I knew I liked something about From Software. I knew I didn't like their obtuse, make me fight like an idiot combat, but now I don't have to do that technically in this game. I can fight in ways that I think are going to be slightly more intelligent. For me, of course. And I think we're going to have us a ball. Have us a ball. Now, can I find a shrine though, bruh? Can I? One thing I wish they'd let you do is store your souls at a shrine. That would be the icing on the cake. Like, if I can make it to a shrine and just store my souls there until I'm ready to use them, that would be the icing on the cake for this game. But I imagine the purest and original fans of the game would probably hate that, because they attribute that as difficulty, and I look at it as just tedious time wasting, and we don't equate those two things, and that's okay. I'm not right, they not right. It's just a different way of seeing it. There's those damn wolves that got me last time. Alright, so I got this weird map marker. Like right out there. That dot. Is that dot me? Or is that where I'm supposed to be going? Because no matter which way I'm facing, the dot must be me. Oh, the dot's telling me which direction I'm going. That is really confusing to people who have played this type of map on different games. It's just telling me what direction I'm going. I got it. It's not a map marker. I'm currently going north, kinda east. It's 60. Okay, so this is 60 frames? Alright, well that's good. It looks like it's fluctuating to me, but you know, I'm not the best at picking that kind of stuff out, dude. I grew up with 2D games. I'm trying to figure it out. Is there fall damage in this game? I don't know. But I'm about to beat this damn bat to death. That? Come on up here, get this ass whipping, you need bat. There you go. Come get this ass with. Oh, eat it. Oh, you missing ass bitch! Oh shit, not that dude. Run. That dude has a horse. You're at a tactical disadvantage. Am I supposed to be going to that big ass tree? Is that kind of the thing? Is that the jam? Is that where I'm heading? I gotta get through all these crazy ass people to get there. Looks like I have some special ability on me right now. I didn't notice doing that. Arizona says, I love how you keep it real and show the world you can coach self-improvement and still play video games. Most self-improvement channels get crazy about, oh, fuck that, dude. Let me tell you what most self-improvement is. And all this life coaching, I fucking hate that term. I hate it. I hate when people call me it. I never say it because I don't ever like to offend people. But he's a coach. No, the fuck I am not. Let me tell you, because I am a coach. Let me be clear. You want to know what I coach? Football. A place where they actually need a guy to help them specifically get better at things and improve, right? To accomplish a specific goal, winning. I coach football. This life coaching horse shit, and I'm not talking about the coaches, all right? So let's put them on a shelf. They're not a part of this discussion. But what the humans have turned life coaching into is just paying somebody to make you feel better about yourself. Go fuck yourself. You need to feel better about you. I can't do that. Because, first of all, self-pity is one of the first things I tell people. I won't even deal with you if you're living in that bullshit. I can deal with greed and arrogance better than I can deal with someone in self-pity. Just get that diseased-ass attitude away from me. Like, the whole life coaching world is steeped in marketing horse shit. Because they're trying to sell it to people who don't actually want to improve. Because the people who actually want to improve is a smaller fucking market. They're trying to sell it to people who don't need it and then hiding it under the guise of just Let me stop. I'd said in 2022, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm no longer talking about shit. People be like, B, you kicked the truth. I don't tell the truth in mixed company no more. Fuck that. I'm gonna tell the lies. So yeah, like, dude, this whole presenting a bullshit image that I'm, fucking eating barley sheaves and running laps all day. It's the same thing as the hustle porn idiots. I work 97 hours a day. Well, you've never been in the fucking military. Otherwise, that 97-hour day you could have got done in 3 and hung out with your fucking family. Because you're efficient and good at what you do and don't need that many hours to get shit done. Fucking bragging about how much you work. Fuck out of here. Yeah, some days you need to work 18 hours. I get it. But if anybody's like, every day I'm grinding, bitch, you're going to be dead by 49. Fuck out of here. Like, just that whole, the bullshit image that the internet has to become to get people to buy shit, I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. And I won't be it. Like, I've always been the opposite of it, almost to a flaw. Like, somebody read my website. If you guys hadn't picked up on this, my website is a joke. Somebody read the tagline on my website, says the world's #1 life and business strategist. Anybody who knows me knows I was being an asshole when I wrote that shit. Like, anybody who thinks I'm actually trying to sell you on that doesn't know me. Because somebody read it that didn't know me. They're like, oh, your website's really good. And I giggled. I was like, this person, you don't get it. Like, this is the horse shit other people write on their websites that I think is idiotic. Because it's marketing, fucking hypnotism, neuro-linguistic programming bullshit. Fuck all of you. So I wrote it just to be an asshole. I didn't write it because I believe that shit. I don't want to be the world's #1 anything. I want to be the #1 guy who's needed by the people I want to help. Give a damn. what the world thinks. So yeah, the whole image shit, I gave up. Because if I have to be something I'm not to get you to buy something from me, which is what all salespeople are doing, lying, fuck off. I don't want to sell it to you anyway. Because if I have to be something I don't like to get you to like me, I don't want to be around you anyway. So if I got to be full of shit to sell you something, then there just ain't going to be no sale. So anyway, anything else you guys want me to shit all over? Maybe that's what this show should be about. Me hating on everything in the world that I think is stupid. Which is pretty much everything. But, you know, in Arizona, it's funny. I don't watch any of that stuff. So I don't even know what these gurus are up to. Or what they're talking about. I don't give a shit. Kaz says, I can't stay up anymore. I'll talk to you later. I'm about to roll out of here. I'm done yelling and ranting at everybody. Everybody ready to have a great weekend? Oh, man. Hey, how do I get to a shrine so I can save this damn game? I'm trying not to die out here. And to the game's credit, I am such an explorer in these games. I never stay on task, much like my talks. I'm all over the place, but I'm always on theme. There's always a thread through my what seems to be scatterbrained. For you guys that don't understand my methodology, there is a theme that I'm sticking to, and I'm bouncing off of it to bring context in so that the theme is more comprehensive when we land on the point. It sounds like I'm all over the place, but believe me, my brain, like the shit that I can see in my head that's not in the real world, the fucking nodes and database connections is out of control. So it's like I'm pulling context to make the baseline theme more comprehensive. But much like I talk in the video games, I go to a lot of different places just to try to get my bearings and learn the world and enjoy the exploration. Ooh. All right, now, does the game save automatically? Because I do not see a save button. Okay, I see the save happening in the top right-hand corner, so that's good. Arizona says, the most annoying ones try to wake up at 4 a.m., go to the gym for 3 hours a day, and compartmentalize themselves as a different person with every... Yeah, I mean, if you're getting up at 4 a.m., like, here's the deal. Like, do the shit that works for your thing that you're doing. Like, if I was doing shows in LA, right? Like, because I told you guys I've been approached with doing shows twice, like major network shows twice in the last 2 years. And I won't do it because it's just not my world. Like, I don't know. You don't know me. I won't be filtered. Unless, you know, there's certain levels of filtering they force me to do. But I'm not going to be that guy because it's not who I am. But, like, like, if I was doing a show, like if I was living in LA and running a show, I would be up at 4 a.m. First of all, you're 3 hours behind the rest of the world. You have to get up crazy early to be on time. So if I had that type of career, I mean, when I was in the military, depending on which, if I was in peace or war, I might be up now doing combat operations and sleep during the day. You know, versus if I'm back in the rear, I might be getting up at 5 a.m. and in bed by 9. You know. So it's fine if you're getting up at 4 a.m. Like, I know Jocko Willink gets up at 4:30, but that's a regimen that he's structured out that helps him get the 90 different things that he's doing done. You know, so all good if you got to get up early and grind. And I'm not saying you don't grind. There are days where, like, I'm just going to bed now after helping people with shit. So yeah, there's days where you got to put it in, but you know, like presenting this image that I am Tony Stark's Iron Man 24 hours a day. I get why gurus do it. It's not because they're trying to lie to you. It's because the human customer, if they don't see that all the time, they see a disconnect subconsciously, and then they don't want to, like, it's almost like they won't believe that you're the superhero that they want you to be. And so I start all my shows with, I'm not a fucking superhero. Stop believing in fucking fairy tales and thinking that I'm, like, famous people aren't different. Stop it. I'm going to piss right after I shut this off, just like the rest of you. So I start at, I start by destroying the mystique of my brand, whereas other brands rely on mystique because of the customer that they're trying to attract. Right? So pragmatic engineers are not the typical customer of these gurus. And pragmatic engineer types are what I attract because it's mostly what I am. Oh, by the way, my word that I would put in the dictionary before I let you guys go. I want to make sure I read everybody's comments before we get up out of here. Arizona says, make a channel called Angry Chambers or Hate The Angry Chambers. We should just have a show called The Angry Chambers. It's like, God, that guy is angry. But the whole premise, because I hope you guys hear the humor in my anger. My anger is never like actual rage. Like, it's laughing at the absurdity of the stupidity of humanity. Like, I don't take it that seriously. Like, fuck it, we're all dying. Have a laugh. Oh, God. Pause menu should have an exit game option. Yeah, dude, what is with these games that don't let you leave the game? This is not the only one that's like that. Pause menu. Wait, did I rest already at the thing? I'm so OCD when it comes to this. Hey, I'm a level 9. What? How'd I level up to 9 already? I ain't do no leveling. Well, there's your quick game, Suba. We found it. It's buried under 19 clicks of the menu. There you go. You guys see my pretty face there? Oh, it's Bandai, our friends from Tales of Arise. Ah! You're fired. Hope you didn't miss my game tips before you bounce. I don't think I did. I think I just didn't read them aloud. Yep. Nope. I did. I read them, Suba. I got you. You started level 9. Oh, God. That only me. Only my dumbass wouldn't have known that. Oh, God, that's great. I went way longer on this show than I planned to, gang. I hope that's okay with you. Usually try to get y'all out of here by midnight so you can... Because most of the people on this show are adults and have shit to do. I like to be respectful of your time. Let's see. Kaz says, oh, yeah, Banamco has been publishing the Souls games aside from Bloodborne. All right. Well, as long as they're publishing and not making, we'll be all right. As long I'm okay with Bandai the publisher. Like, I'd be okay if Ubisoft just went to publishing and let other people make their games with more empathy for the freaking consumer. You know, like, you need $1 billion machine to do distribution. That's part of the challenge here. But, like, come on. Let's get somebody who actually cares about the player making this shit. Or leading it. I know the developers care about gamers because they are gamers most of the time. But, like, the people leading the decisions that go into the game. You know, God, I would hate to be a game developer. Because so much of it, like, if you're a really, really principled person, you have to hate yourself after every game you make. Like, oh, the shit they made me put in this game to manipulate people. Psychologically. It's been fun. Good to hang out again. Yeah, so the game therapy thing, I won't go into all the notes I had for that and what I plan to do with game therapy. Just know that game therapy will be way less often than every day. I did that while I had time. I knew my schedule was going to get, you know, crazy. Like, we're buying a house. We're looking for a house to buy. We're considering whether or not we're even going to stay in the area we're in. You know, I've been asked to come in and help people here in my local community. So, sorry, headset. A lot of that's going on. So it's just, I know game therapy. I knew at the beginning that game therapy was not something I could do every night. I just, while I had that brief month of time where I could do them a lot, I was like, let me do a bunch of them. One, so we have content that we can make stuff from down the road when we want to make content. But too, so I could get a feel for the show, see if everybody likes it. I mean, we've tripled in growth, if not quadrupled, since we started, so that's not nothing. That's not too dang bad. And a lot of the audience are not people who are subscribed to this channel, which is really cool. Because most of the people subscribed to this channel are not into any of the stuff we're talking about. Unfortunately, the way YouTube works, you get a huge amount of followership if you ever do anything that goes viral, which is actually it's a catch-22, because you get a lot of followers, but those followers are usually very specifically focused on you only doing one thing. I don't understand that world. I didn't grow up with social media, so I don't understand why we look at people so compartmentalizedly. Like, he is this guy. Like, no, I do other things, guys. You guys know I'm also a fucking barber? Like, I do more. I mean, I got a guitar back here. I do more than just talk. You know, the point there is, so does everybody. But the internet has created this world where we think everybody just does this one thing. And that's what I want to associate you with, because I don't have enough space in my brain to think about the 9 different things you do. I just want to say, Bryant, he's the coach guy. Fuck you. Like, no, I'm not. Unless you're talking about football coach. I will be called coach if it's for football. Other than that, stop calling me that shit. And I will be coaching football, believe it or not, in the not too distant future. So I am still a football coach. But yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I know I was responding to something. I read something that made me think that. I don't know what tipped me off to that. Anywho, who else is commenting? Oh, the game therapy stuff. So it will probably end up being once a week or twice a month when it's all said and done, when I'm doing the game therapy stuff. Because every day is just not sustainable. Especially like you guys saw, the minute anything goes on where I'm not feeling well, this isn't Hollywood. The show must not go on, because if there are sponsors on this show, it's usually for one thing. And I know I talked about a sponsor we had for this show, but I'm going to do a separate show where we talk about Grace Ops. Kind of got the wind knocked out of my sails when our stream went down. It was kind of right where I was going to start talking about it. And I want to do Brian and his business justice. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about how this new business is going to benefit you and probably not even going to cost you a dime. Right? So there you go. But yeah, I was talking about followers. Like, when people follow you, they just expect that you're going to talk about the same thing forever. Like, never get into the guru space. Because I can tell you, the only 2 things you can talk about as a guru is how to get laid and how to make more money. Every other thing you're talking about is leading people to that. Like, fuck that. I'll get off the train now instead of feeding people's never-ending abyss of needing to be told things. Go do things. Fuck talking. I love you. We're stronger than I. Next time.